Do you realize that this war is producing the greatest boom the trucking business has ever known? Why, millions are to be made hauling food and supplies to the army camps alone. And now is the time for us, the four biggest carriers, to move in and grab off all the seats on this gravy train. But in order to do this, it's going to be necessary to either buy out, scare out, or freeze out all the independent truckers.
That's easier said than done. We've tried it before and took a licking.
Yeah. Now that they're organized, they'll fight harder than ever.
Buying out an independent trucker means nothing. He only buys another truck, and he's our competitor again.
Ah, but this time he's not going to be able to.
What's going to stop him?
Well, don't you gentlemen read the newspapers? Aren't you aware that 1 week from today, the government freezes the sale of all new trucks? So if we step in now and buy them lock, stock, and barrel, they're out of business for good.
Why, you old pirate, you.
Steve, you're a genius.
Yeah, that's a swell idea. But how are we going to persuade these competitors of ours to sell out to us? They hate our insides.
So what? Maybe necessary to take one independent in with us and give him a cut for doing the dirty work. I have in mind a third-rate scoundrel by the name of Benetti.
Steve, are you crazy?
That hijacker?
He's got a police record a mile long.
Now, don't go ethical on me. This isn't the first time he's done our dirty work. Besides, he has a mob of hoodlums working for him, and it may be necessary to use force in persuading these truckers.
I object to using force unless it's a last resort.
Me too. Isn't there some other way if they refuse to sell out to us?
Yes. I have here a report which says that 97% of the independent carriers buy their trucks on the installment plan, 62% of whom are always behind in their monthly payments. And 91% of these accounts are handled by our local Atlas Finance Company.
So we buy Atlas Finance and foreclose on all delinquent payments, huh?
Exactly. Yeah?
Mr. Benetti is here.
Have him come in. Now, forget your social scruples, gentlemen, and let me do the talking. Oh, hello, Benetti.
What are you going to do? What's going on here?
Don't tell me you're afraid to meet a few of my business associates.
No. Just careful when the odds are 4 to 1.
Have a chair.
Well, you sent for me. What do you want to see me about?
About joining a syndicate we're forming to take over all the trucking.
All the trucking?
Yeah. With the federal order freezing the purchase of new trucks, don't you think we ought to protect ourselves in the clinches?
That's just what I was telling my drivers this morning.
And I think it's about time for us smart operators to kind of stick together, huh?
You said it. Well, what'll my cut be?
The same as the rest of us, if you do your part.
That's fair enough. Who do you want me to push around?
Nobody yet. Your job is to get the independents to sell out to us.
Uh-huh. That won't work.
Why not?
Because there's a guy at the head of the Independent Truckers Association who'll fight us.
Who?
Casey Dorian, the fellow who gave you all your headaches during the last trucking war.
Oh, Casey Dorian. Well, then I guess it's up to you and your boys to kind of take care of Mr. Casey Dorian.
Hiya, Casey. Hiya, Joe. Will I fill her up? No, give me 10 gallons. Kind of short on dough to deliver these melons. Don't be silly. Your credit's good to Smitty. Yeah, no, but we're not buying a thing on the cuff. We'll get this truck paid for. Okay, pal. Hey, Jimmy, wake up.
Where are we?
Smitty's. Let's get some coffee.
Well, you get your coffee. I'm going back to that mattress.
It's all one with cream, Toots.
Hi there, Slug. Where's your big brother?
He's out taking a nap. Hi, boys.
Hi.
Say, Case, what are you going to do about the federal freeze order?
What federal freeze order?
On trucks. Don't you ever take time to read the papers?
Not lately. I've been rolling day and night for the last 2 weeks.
1 week from today, you won't be able to buy a new truck for money, marbles, or chalk.
Oh, well, ours is almost new. All we got to do is finish paying for it.
Yeah, that's what you think. If this war lasts 3 years, you'll be on foot, pal.
Oh, not if we baby it along. I nursed our last truck for almost 5 years. Hey, Toots, what about that job I ordered?
Give me time. I'm no octopus.
You know, it's got me worried, Casey. By the time I get my truck paid for, it'll be worn out.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it, Dave. The war ain't gonna last that long. Are you hard of hearing, Toots? I want some coffee.
Give the gentleman some coffee, Edie.
Okay.
If I want anything, I want it right now.
Are you the loudmouth who's been hollering for coffee?
Yeah.
Well, here it is, big boy.
Hey!
What's the big idea?
Well, he asked for it, and you told me to always give your customers what they want.
You're fired. Here's your dough.
Okay.
That's one on you, Smitty, and you fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Fell for what?
This coffee-throwing gag. She and I were just clowning. We planned this the last time I was in here.
Well, it was just in fun. We'll forget about it.
Thanks.
Wait a minute. Last time you were in here was about 2 weeks ago. She ain't been working here a week yet. His lying to you ain't gonna save your job. Here's your dough.
Okay.
Oh, don't be like that, Smitty. The coffee didn't hurt me. Besides, my face needed a good washing anyhow.
Look, you run your trucking and I'll run my joint.
All right, give me some coffee.
Right. Make it two.
If you head north, sister, my truck is the first one on your right.
Thanks.
Mine's the second one on your left, honey.
Thanks.
Get in the big red bus, honey. Turn on the radio.
Sorry, girlie.
Skip it.
Come on, boy.
Hi, Tim, Jim.
Hey, what happened? You spilled some soup on yourself?
No, I just ran into a cup of coffee. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Casey.
Well, where do you think you're going?
Doesn't matter much as long as I don't have to walk.
Listen, I'm hauling melons, not running a taxi.
How about him?
He's my brother, my partner.
Well, anyhow, don't you think you owe me a lift? You was partly responsible for my getting fired.
Well, what do you mean? I tried to save your job for you.
Yeah, I know you did. It was sweet of you.
All right. I'll give you a lift.
Thanks.
Of all the trucks around here, some of them high-class jobs. Why do you have to pick mine?
Too tired to block Reachy hands all night.
Yeah? How'd you know I wasn't going to get Reachy?
I guess I know a gentleman when I see one, even if he doesn't look it.
Wake up. Almost home.
It's daylight already. That's mine. That's my house over there with the picket fence. So long.
So long.
Well, this is where Dad Watkins lives. Do you know him?
Slightly. He's my father.
Edie Watkins. Well, the last time I saw you, you were running old squirt with pigtails. Don't you remember us, the Dorgan kids?
We live right over there in the corner.
Oh, sure. You was that barefoot beanpole with windows in the seat of britches.
Well, what a small world.
What do you know?
So long, Edie.
So long. Well, I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am for the lift.
Oh, don't mention it. I enjoyed having you along.
Yeah, so I noticed. You went to sleep the minute you had both hands free. Well, why don't you give me a buzz sometime?
I will. Say hello to Dad for me, will you?
Sure.
So long.
Bye.
Papers, I said to myself, Tony, you better get wise to what's going on. This federal freeze order is going to do to us independents what the Big Four has been trying to do to us for years. Put us right out of business.
What do you mean, put us out of business?
Yeah, how do you figure that?
Simple arithmetic. If this war lasts more than 2 years, most of our trucks will be worn out, ready for the junk pile. What are we going to do then? We can't buy new ones, and our junk won't be worth a dime a pound.
Well, what about the Big Four, Tony? Their trucks are going to wear out, too.
You're right, Mr. President, but the Big Four has the money to buy new trucks now, while most of us haven't paid for the trucks we have.
Well, what do we do, Tony? What do you got on your mind? Yeah, what do you got on your mind?
I think we ought to get out of the trucking business while the getting's good. Sell our trucks while they're worth selling. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Me too, Tony. The rest of you guys got any sense and follow suit. Benetti's giving it to you straight.
Boss, sit down.
What you say makes sense, Tony, but who are we going to sell them to?
I'm coming to that. Boys, I've been tipped off that the Big Four is getting ready to give us another battle. So let's fool them this time. Let's sell out to them, pocket the money, and go to work for them. Let's play smart for a change. Let's work 8 hours a day and rest, and get home regularly to see our wives and kids.
Listen to me a minute, everybody. What Tony says here all sounds very well till you start to look at it from the other side of the fence. If we sell out to those big guys now, we're going to be giving them a monopoly just when the war's giving us the biggest trucking boom we've ever had. That's right. Sure, they'll take our trucks off our hands. It'll be like taking candy from a baby. And we'll be making them a present of a gold mine. Think of the millions of tons of army supplies they'll be able to haul in our trucks.
Yeah, sure.
If we listen to Tony's advice, we'll wind up working for him. Just a lot of dumb wage slaves.
Yeah, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you men listen to Casey Dorian, you're fools. You'll be looking for jobs inside of a month. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think you do, Benetti. I think you've sold us out. I think you're working for the Big Four.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. As far as I'm concerned, you can get out of our organization and stay out. What about it, men?
All right. This isn't over, Mr. President. Not by a long shot.
You said it, greaseball, but it's out in the open and we know where you stand.
Here's the list of delinquent truck buyers, Mr. Benetti.
Thanks, babe.
Shall I mail them the customary monthly statements?
Nah, that's a waste of time. You gotta get personal with truck drivers.
I see. Anything else?
I'll take it up with you later.
Yes, sir.
Nice dish, huh?
Come here, you guys. I got a job for you. Wilson, I'm putting you in charge of collections. Max and his boys will back your play. Now, here's a list of the truck drivers who are behind on their payments.
What do you want us to do, boss?
I want you to stop catching flies for that horn tour of yours and pay attention. Collect the dough or grab the trucks.
Yeah, but suppose they don't like us grabbing their wagons.
Make them like it. We got the law on our side.
Sure. We got the law on our... Hey, that don't seem right.
Skip it, Maxie. Just do as Wilson tells you.
Okay, boss.
I'll fix Mr. Casey Dorian good and proper.
Here. 100 case of beer for David Hart. Hey, don't drink them all, eh? You're a cinch. Casey Dorian.
Here.
Tomatoes for Jack Hampson. Step in your guess. You know the tomatoes are overripe.
That's me, Andy. Flash Dorian.
Joe Moore.
Here, Andy, right here.
Strawberry for Chris. You like it with the cream?
Joe! Come on! Joe!
What?
A couple of guys are trying to take your truck. Come quick.
Let's get him. Stop him.
Take it out, Maxie.
Hey, you climb out of that truck. What's the big idea?
You're behind your payments and we're taking your truck.
Oh, yeah?
You and who else? Not without giving Joe a chance, you won't.
Yeah. Atlas has never did business like this before, buddy.
Atlas is under new management. Besides, we got the law on our side.
What do you mean you got the law on your side?
You keep out of this, Casey. This is none of your business.
Well, I'll make it some of my business. Don't you know you can't take a man's property without a court order?
This ain't Joe's property. He ain't paid for it. Besides, we got possession of it.
You hear that, boys? He thinks he's got possession of Joe's truck. Come on.
Come on if you want to get shot. We got permits for these guns, and we'll use them if you crowd us.
So that's the way you want to play, huh?
That's the way we want to play.
Hey, wait a minute, Bud. I got a wife and 3 kids, and that truck keeps us eating. I'll get you the dough. Just give me some time.
You've had time enough. You've had 3 months. Drive on, Maxie. If anybody gets in the way, ride over him.
Guess I'll have to start from scratch again.
No, you won't, Joe. We're going to see that you get your truck back. You're going to swear out a complaint against Atlas Finance for highway robbery, illegal possession, and a few other things.
Davies, Hansi!
What's up?
While you are here, a couple of Benetti hoodlums took your trucks and drove away with them.
Why, the dirty thieves! Let's get them! Wait a minute, boys. They're not going to get away with it. That makes 3 complaints we got against Atlas now.
Yeah, what good will that do us? Where are we going to borrow the dough to pay off the trucks if we do get them back?
Yeah, where? Gray and his crowd have probably got their hooks on every bank in town.
Never mind. I got a plan that's better than borrowing if it'll work.
If it'll work. Casey, have a heart. My truck's gone, and I owe 2 months' house rent.
All right, you can move in with Jimmy and me. We got to stick together. Now we're all licked.
He's right. It's our only chance.
What's the plan, Case?
Well, I got to talk it over with the guy before I can spill it. So we'll all meet tonight at my house. Everybody be there.
Okay.
About all I know about it. Hey, where's Casey? It's 8 o'clock now.
Don't worry, he'll be here all right.
Hiya, fellas.
Hello.
Hi, Casey.
Hi.
Boys, I want you to meet your partner in our new Cooperative Trucking and Produce Association, Andy Panopoulos.
What do you mean, partner?
Yeah, what's the gag?
It's no gag. Today, we were treated to a little surprise attack like the Japs pulled at Pearl Harbor, and we suffered serious losses. But Andy here's agreed to cover our retreat until we're strong enough to carry the fight to our enemies. You tell them about it, Andy.
Well, I'm not very good to make a speech. But I'm very good to buy lettuce, cucumbers, tomatoes, strawberry, and coconuts. Like you. So, when Casey put the bug in my eye, I was dumb enough to see that if the finance company takes you trucks, you are out of business. And if you are out of business, and the Panopoulos is out of business too. Don't you see? Everything is in a coconut shell.
Right. So Andy buys the produce, we haul the loads, and everybody shares the profits on a cooperative basis.
Yeah, but how's that get back the trucks they took from us?
Well, that's what cooperative means. One for all and all for one.
Andy's going to lend us the dough to make up the payments we owe, then we pay him back out of profits.
Yeah, but they already got 3 of our trucks.
Supposing they don't give them back.
They'll give them back to us, all right, after they face the hearing on the charges we filed.
I'll say they will. Benetti and 4 of his stooges were arrested this afternoon. His lawyer sprung them with bail, all right, but they got to be back in court next Monday to face those charges.
That's great. Fellows, Casey and Andy deserve a rousing vote of thanks. All in favor, say aye. Aye! Well, where do we go from here?
Well, Andy's got 60 tons of stuff we can haul tonight if we dig in.
What are we waiting for?
Casey, quick, somebody's stealing your truck.
Wait for me, I want to see you.
Hey, come back here with that truck! Get your truck rolling.
Okay, come on, Tim, Joe.
Floor now.
Pull up alongside.
watch out if he starts to swerve in on us.
More! Closer!
Car coming! Watch out!
Was that a close shave? Thanks, Jimmy. You just saved the Dorgan brothers' trucking business.
What about your neck?
What good's my neck without our truck? Come on, let's pick this skunk up. I ought to beat your brains out, you sneaking truck thief.
What do you mean, truck thief? I got a right to repossess your truck for Atlas. I got a court order.
You ain't got any court order. You lost it someplace.
Wait till the judge hears about this.
Here's about what? I didn't see any court order. Did one of you guys see a court order?
No, he's crazy.
Wait till Benetti puts some real heat on you.
Listen, you tell that greaseball we'll see him in court. If you're good, one of these guys will take you back to town. I'm heading the other way.
Not in my truck. Not me. No room in my bogie. All fill up. Hey, don't get hurry.
All right, boys, let's get rolling. We got work to do. Come on, Jimmy, you take the wheel.
Okay.
Well, where did you come from?
Said you wanted to see me, so I thought I'd better wait for you to light.
Oh. I'm afraid we're going to have to break our day for tonight. I got to help load the truck. You better go back with
I'll do nothing of the kind. You ain't going to stand me up. No, I'm going along and help you load. I'm in this fight, too.
How'd you come out in the court, boss?
Behind the 8 ball.
The judge made us get back the trucks.
But you mean we can't grab any more of their wagons? I thought you said we had the law on our side.
Shut up. What do you think of that guy Panopoulos testifying against me? Hey, wait a minute. What's the matter with me? Now I know where those truckers got the money they put up to recover their trucks. He was their angel.
Could be, boss. Come to think of it, he was with them the night they caught me lifting Casey's truck.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
You didn't ask me.
I didn't ask you. You fathead. No wonder they're outsmarting us.
Yeah, it don't seem to me like any of us have been showing good sense.
Pipe down. Looks like we'll have to put the slug on Mr. Panopoulos and every other produce merchant who's fighting us. Well, that's it. Any questions?
There's a Mr. Waters to seal.
Okay, babe. Come in, Biff.
Hello, Tony.
Hiya.
Yeah, boys.
Now, how about it? How many men did you get?
Oh, about 150 with trucks.
Well, it'll be more than enough to do the trick. What instructions you give them?
Same as you gave me. All the guys with trucks that are rolled into the market district in every direction, 5:30 a.m.
Right.
Then, when traffic's good and snarled and the cops are busy trying to untangle it, the whole mob goes to work on the produce merchants you name.
That's it. Only you fix Mr. Panopoulos extra good.
Don't worry. The boys I pick know their onions.
Well, here's the payoff for you and the boys.
Much obliged, Tony.
Don't mention it. Always glad to throw a job your way.
Thanks. Well, so long, boys.
So long, Biff.
You boys know your part?
Sure. While the ruckus is going on, we're to put a flock of them independent trucks out of commission.
Yeah, that's it. Now scram, get a good night's sleep. I want you awake at 5:30.
Well, don't worry about me, boss. I don't sleep so good anyway.
Wait a second now. I got a special job for you.
Well?
I just got the pants burned off of me by the big shot who's giving us our orders.
Gray?
Yeah. He's plenty hot because Casey Dorian's making monkeys out of us. Says we got to fix him for keeps or else.
I see.
I know you're anxious to get even with him for putting the slug on you.
Not that anxious. Unless you make it worthwhile.
Of course. That's understood. I figure the job's worth about $1,000.
I ain't flirting with a hot seat for chicken feed.
Chicken feed? Now, this guy Dawkins know who's who.
Maybe not, but he's a mighty expensive headache to the big four truckers.
My price is 5 G's.
You're talking through your hat.
Do it yourself, then. See you tomorrow.
Wait. Now, I'm not laying out my dough for this job, so I don't know whether Gray will agree to your terms or not.
There's an awful easy way to find out. Phone him.
Okay.
Thank you, darling.
It was a pleasure.
Oh, you can't imagine how happy I've been these last few days to have you home with me. I don't want you to leave me again, ever.
I wish I didn't have to leave you. But it wasn't my luck to have Rockefeller for a dad.
Well, Jimmy, you could get a job in a defense factory. Why don't you let Casey get another partner?
Don't be silly. Just when things are picking up.
Are they really?
Honey, things are getting so good I have to keep pinching myself to make sure I ain't dreaming. Now, look. I wanted to surprise you, but I can't keep any secrets from you.
What secrets?
The last load we took out paid for the truck in full. And the one we're taking out in the morning brings us in $200 apiece. Profit.
No.
Yeah. Now you can have the coat you always wanted in Tulloch's window.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, there's Casey. I gotta be going.
Well, I thought you weren't going till morning.
Well, it'll be more by the time we get loaded, and we want to get an early start.
Well, Jimmy, I'm going to let you in on a secret, too.
Okay, what have you been holding back? Come on, fess up. What? Honest? Oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, boy. Honey, take good care of yourself. I don't want anything to happen to you while I'm away.
Well, nothing can for a long time yet, silly.
Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye.
See you day after tomorrow. Oh, boy, wait till Casey hears about this.
Agency rates at $5 per is $400.
Hey, Casey, I'm going to be a pop.
Well, what's so unusual about that? It's happening every day.
Yeah, I know, but it ain't never happened to me. Oh, ain't you glad?
Of course I'm glad. I'm just ribbing you. I couldn't be any gladder if it was me.
Oh, yes, you could. Wait till it happens to you.
I'm afraid that's going to be quite a while.
Oh, I don't know. You seem pretty sweet on Edie.
It's you.
Yeah, just reporting that everything went like clockwork, only we didn't meet up with the Dorgans. They rolled out of town with a load 1 o'clock this morning.
Well, you're going after them, aren't you?
You don't think I'm going to lose out on those 5 G's, do you? We're figuring on meeting up with them tonight at Smitty's.
I'll see that you do.
Coffee for the Dorgan brothers. Russia. They like quick service.
Okay, coffee for the Dorgan brothers coming up.
What's the idea of all this attention, Smitty?
Courtesy is our motto, sir.
Quick enough service for you, handsome?
Perfect, Toots. I'm a guy that wants what he wants when he wants it.
And I'm a gal who gives what you want when you want it.
How about sugar?
You're looking at it, baby face.
Gal knows all the answers.
More violence flared tonight in the trucking war which began this morning. when an unidentified gang of hoodlums attacked a truck belonging to Dennis O'Brien on Highway 16. O'Brien and his helper received a severe beating and their truckload of produce destroyed. A late checkup of this morning's battle in the market district shows 6 trucks wrecked. The stock and fixtures of a dozen wholesale merchants ruined.
Hi, Al. Fill her up, Joe.
Okay. How are things? Fine.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, winds up the top of the news at this time.
What do you suppose started another trucking war?
Why did they pick on the wholesalers?
I don't know, but I can guess who's back of it. Who, Benetti? He's doing the dirty work, but if you ask me, he's taking his orders from the big 4.
Well, they were probably tipped off that some of the wholesalers are stringing along with us.
Yeah. Where are we going to get any loads to haul now?
Tough enough trying to make a living without having to fight for your lives.
If they want war, we got to give it to them.
Well, look who's here. Hello, Casey.
Jimmy? You better hustle outside and keep an eye on our truck, Jimmy. These buzzards aren't around here for nothing.
You got us wrong, Casey. We don't bother trucks when they're paid for like yours.
Oh, no? How about the trucks you wrecked this morning?
What are you talking about?
Says you. Go on out there and keep an eye on the truck, Jimmy.
He's too wise, Maxie. Take his truck out of your vest pocket and give it back to him.
I ain't got no vest on.
3 coffee, Smitty.
Here's what I owe you, Smitty, and a tip for toots. So long, fellas.
So long, Casey. Happy landing.
Everything look okay?
As far as I know.
Maybe it's my imagination, but I smell trouble.
You don't expect them to waylay us, do you?
Wouldn't surprise me a bit. Well, if they come looking for trouble, they're going to get it.
You bet they will.
A lot of good it did us to pay off the truck. Looks like this is going to be the last load we'll haul.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
After what happened to those wholesalers this morning, they'll be afraid to give us any more business.
Life's funny, ain't it? An hour ago, we were sailing along. Everything's sunshine and roses. I was picturing myself coming out of the hospital, Pearl on one hand and the babe in the other. And biff, boom, bang. I don't even know now if I can put her in a hospital.
Don't worry about that, Jimmy. If the worst comes to the worst, we'll sell out. Your kid on the way, it'll be better for Pearl to have you home nights.
That'd suit Pearl, all right. It's nice of you, Casey, thinking about Pearl and the kid, but... Hey, something's gone wrong here.
Hey, the brakes don't hold. Put her low.
Yeah, she's going too fast.
Well, let's bail out of here before we have to hairpin curve.
Don't jump, you'll break your neck. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. The soft shoulder and trees ought to slow us down a little.
Not too high on the bank, Jimmy. Bail out, Jimmy.
the door. Kind of late, aren't you? Where's Jimmy?
Honey, we went over the hairpin curve and smashed a truck.
Casey, he's dead. He's been killed.
Take it easy, Pearl. Honey, don't cry.
You just cry all you want to, honey. Don't pay any attention to him. He ought to be in the hospital himself.
Not like it, the guy that killed Jimmy.
Someone killed him? You said the truck crashed.
Dead. One of Benetti's killers cut our brake rods while we were in Smitty's. That's the reason we crashed. We never had a chance. That isn't murder. I don't know what it is.
How do you know one of Benetti's men did it?
Don't ask silly questions. I just know, that's all. Don't you worry, Pearl. I'll get that guy if it's the last thing I ever do.
Have you lost your mind?
What do you want me to do? Let a dirty killer go free so he can kill some other poor trucker trying to make a living?
No, tell the police what you know. Let the law punish the murderer.
The law. Don't make me laugh. Benetti's got the law on his side.
Well, now you are talking crazy.
All right, if you don't like the way I talk, you know what you can do.
I'll get it, Pearl.
We'd like to speak to Casey Dorian.
I'm Casey Dorian. What do you want?
I'm District Attorney Branton. This is Captain Gear of the Homicide Squad. We'd like to know the facts about the wrecking of your truck.
Don't you know that failure to report a traffic incident involving a fatality makes you liable to a jail sentence?
I guess that was my fault, Captain. Casey was out of his head when I reached him, and I thought it was more important to get him to a doctor.
You did the sensible thing, young lady. What was the cause of your wreck?
I don't know. It's just an accident, I guess.
Well, Smitty, who owns the cafe where you stopped for coffee, says that you expected trouble when you left his place.
Smitty's talking through his hat. I wasn't expecting any trouble.
Then why were you carrying a gun? We found this in the ashes of your truck. It's yours, isn't it?
Look, Dorgan, we're trying to put a stop to this truck war before any more honest, hard-working drivers like your brother are killed. But we can't stop it. We can't protect you and your families from these hired sluggers and killers if none of you men will cooperate. Now, was it one of Benetti's hoodlums who cut the brake rods of your truck?
How'd you guess that?
We didn't guess it, Dorgan. We examined the wreckage of your burned truck.
And you knew it wasn't an accident.
I don't want to talk about it.
You'd rather see your brother's murderer escape justice?
He's not going to escape justice. I'll take care of that.
Oh, I wouldn't try that if I were you. Benetti's rats make a business of murder, and you're just an amateur. Besides, the minute you step out of line, I'm going to have you locked up. I'm sorry to have had to disturb you at a time like this. Come on, Captain. We'll make a call on Mr. Benetti.
I'm telling you, I don't owe you a cent. You muffed the job, didn't you?
I got one of them.
Sure, the wrong one. A lot of good that'll do us.
I knocked one of their trucks out for keeps.
So what? You're forgetting our deal, aren't you? For 5 G's, you were going to polish off Casey Dorian, and you didn't do it.
That wasn't my fault. You should have seen that crash. How they ever came out of it alive, I don't know.
Well, that's your hard luck, Al. The Big Four aren't going to pay off for something they didn't get.
Oh, no?
No.
Now, you listen to me. I took all the risk to protect your neck. The cops pin this job on anybody, it'll be me. I'll be the guy who'll have to burn in the chair for it. I figure that's worth $5 grand, Tony. And I aim to collect, or else.
Growing up, aren't you? What is it, babe?
District Attorney Danton and Captain Gear of the police department are here to see you.
I'll see him in a minute.
I guess I'll collect my dough, won't I?
Sure. Doesn't have any hard feelings. I'll make Gray kick through.
Now you're talking. Shall I stick around?
Yeah, in the other office. I'll get rid of him as soon as I can. Come in, gentlemen.
All right, Tony.
Benetti?
Al, what can I do for you?
Give us the lowdown on this trucking war.
Why come to me? I'm not in that business anymore. I sold out quick the minute the government put the freeze on trucks.
Then there's no truth to this rumor that one of your boys wrecked Dorgan's truck last night.
Why, of course not. Why should they pick on Casey?
We're asking you. You had some trouble with him recently, didn't you?
No, no trouble. Oh, yes, we did have to put a little pressure on him to make him pay up on his trucks, but that was all.
Then why did you tell your mob to bump him off?
Are you kidding?
Not a bit. We think you did. And we're going to try and prove it.
My conscience is clear. Go ahead.
Thanks, we will. Oh, incidentally, might as well warn you. Casey Dorian is out gunning for the man who murdered his brother.
What do you mean, murdered?
After what happened at Smitty's, he thinks Al Wilson's the guy.
But the papers all said the kid was killed in the crash.
Yeah, he was. But somebody cut the brake rods on that truck.
So long, Tony. And don't worry. You'll get there all right.
I always do.
Look like the boys are on to us.
I can't prove anything.
Not if you play nice with me.
I told you I would. Yeah. Here's the key to the hideout. I'll stay undercover for a few days till I collect the dough for you.
Thanks, pal. You can have one of the boys come around with meals and cigarettes. But don't try to cross me. If you do, you'll burn with me.
Give me a line, babe, and don't listen in.
Hello?
Hello, Al's Pool Hall? Limey there?
Hey, Limey. Phone call.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Hello? Who? Hello, Tony. What's biting you?
I got a little job for you. Say, you know Casey Dorian, don't you?
Certainly, I know him. He's a bit of all right, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's a great guy. How'd you like to do him a little favor? Huh? I'll tell you when I see you. Yeah. All right. I'll meet you on the corner in 20 minutes. Goodbye.
Casey, someone with the name of Limey wants to see you.
Limey? Send him in here.
All right.
Wonder what he wants.
Hello, Casey.
Hi, Limey. Come in, sit down.
Nice little place you got here.
What do you got on your mind?
I understand you're looking for Al Wilson.
Yeah. I'd give a leg to know where that guy's holed up.
That's why I'm in. I know.
Where?
Now, take it easy, matey. I wrote all the directions down on a piece of paper so I wouldn't forget. There you are.
565 East Main Street, apartment 208.
But you got to knock according to them directions, otherwise he won't let you in.
Thanks, Limey.
That's all right. I know how you feel.
You're late, Maxie. What's the idea of making me wait for my supper?
Hi, Al. Happy landing.
Don't point that rod at me like that. It's liable to go off.
Yeah, liable is right.
What do you want, Casey?
I want the right answers to some questions. Sit down.
Don't look at me like that. I didn't kill your brother.
Maybe you didn't, but somebody cut our brake rods, and I want to know who gave the order to have it done.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, I'm going to give you exactly 1 minute to come across. 10 seconds.
Wait. Let me ask you a question first. How'd you know where to find me?
I was wondering how long it was going to take you to get wise. I was tipped off.
So that's how it is. I had a hunch that greaseball was going to double-cross me.
Benetti?
Yeah, Benetti. I'll sing you the whole song.
Pulse is much stronger. He'll be waking up in a minute.
He was hit over the head with a blunt instrument, eh?
Yeah, just enough to cause a slight concussion.
And after playing leapfrog with the truck. He must bear a charmed life.
Maybe he was born to be hanged.
Listen, the bloodhounds, you can't come here. It's the captain's order.
Wait a minute, Rafferty. We got to get some news. Give us a break.
Try and behave yourself. Maybe you did something.
Hey, what's this all about, Captain?
Give us a statement and we'll ramble on.
You're a bit premature, boys. The only thing we're sure of is that some person or persons unknown shot and killed Albert Wilson, a collector for the Atlas Finance Company.
Well, knocking off the collector ought to be justifiable homicide. have you identified the suspect? Say, who's that on the couch over there?
Oh, wait a minute.
His name's Casey Dorian. We found him with a gun we believe killed Wilson.
That isn't true. I didn't kill anybody.
Now get him out of here, Rafferty, and shut that door. So you went and got yourself in a jam despite the DA's warning, eh?
What do you mean in a jam? I haven't committed any crime. I just came up here hoping to force Wilson to tell me who killed my brother. Why don't you go after the guys that ambushed us?
Casey Dorian, I arrest you on the charge of suspected homicide. Anything you say will be used against you.
But I tell you, I didn't kill Wilson. I swear I didn't.
All right, take him out, boys.
But I'm telling you the truth. I didn't shoot Wilson. It was Benetti and his gunner. They just opened the door and let him have it.
What do you mean, open the door? It was locked when we got there. We had to break in. And if you didn't kill him, what were you doing with the gun that did in your hand?
That wasn't the gun I had.
Oh, so you admit you had a gun, huh?
Yes, I thought I could.
Don't you get even with the guy you thought killed your brother?
No, I thought I could bluff him into telling me who did it.
We'd like to believe you, Casey, but the evidence is piling up against you. And remember, you threatened to kill him.
Well, yes, I was out of my head. I just seen my brother Jimmy burning up and I couldn't save him.
Hold it, boys. Captain Gare speaking. Oh, hello, Doc. What?
I said Wilson is not dead. Imagine my embarrassment. I made the discovery as I started the autopsy.
Well, what do you know about that? Now, just a minute, Doc. Give Casey a drink and a cigarette. His victim's not dead after all. Well, keep him alive, Doc. I'm coming right over.
Well, if he's alive, he'll tell you I didn't shoot him. He'll tell you who did.
Don't count on that, Casey. He's just alive, and that's all. He's got 2 slugs in him.
Well, what are you waiting for? Take me over there to him. I'll make him tell you the truth.
Come on, let's go. Now, Wilson's room, please.
307.
Too late, boys.
Don't tell me Wilson's dead.
Yep, this time it's official. I tried to keep him ticking till you got here, hoping you'd get a statement or something, but no dice.
Didn't he say anything?
Not a word. But I'll say this for him. They don't make him any tougher.
Ah, that looks bad for you, Dorian. All right, take him away, boys.
Wait a minute. Captain, will you give me a break?
What do you mean, break?
I'm telling you, Benetti and his bunch killed this guy. If you let them think that he's still alive, maybe they'll get scared and try to finish the job to keep him from talking.
Why would Benetti want to kill his right-hand man?
For self-protection. Benetti's the guy that gave Wilson his orders to cut our brake rods. Maybe he welched on the payoff when I came out of the crash alive.
Ah, you've been reading too many detective stories.
No, it all ties up with what you suspected the other night when you questioned me over at the house.
I suspected you of withholding information.
I was, but I'm not now. These big trucking companies are back of all this trouble. They've been trying to put us independents out of business for years. Benetti doesn't own Atlas Finance. They do, and he takes his orders direct from them. I'll prove it if you'll give me a chance.
What do you think, Johnson?
It's worth a try.
All right, Casey, I'll give you that break. Doc, you can tell the reporters Wilson's still alive. Tell them we're waiting for him to regain consciousness so we can get his statement. Now, here's the way we'll set the stage, boys.
He continues to profess his innocence of the crime, but bullets recovered from Wilson's body were fired from the gun found in Dorgan's hand.
It's 2 o'clock.
They ain't coming.
We've been waiting 6 hours, Casey, and nothing's happened. Don't you think we better stop this?
Can't you give them a little more time, Captain? They'll show. I'm sure they will.
Oh, if Benetti was guilty, he'd have had some of his gunmen here long ago.
He's right, Casey. They wouldn't wait for Wilson to regain consciousness.
Please wait, Captain. You said you'd give me a break.
What do you mean? 6 hours is a break?
I'll wait till 3 o'clock. That ought to be time enough.
Thanks.
You want a good laugh, boys?
Yes.
The stiff just received a beautiful basket of flowers from Benetti.
They've taken the bait.
I wish we were as sure of that as you were.
How do you do, miss? I brought these posies from my friend Al Wilson. Do you suppose I can see his nurse for a minute?
I think so. I'll call her.
Thank you.
Miss Wilkins, can you leave your patient for a moment? This gentleman at the desk would like to speak.
Jared, huh?
Yeah, he's one of Benetti's mob.
Nice going, Lefty. Well, that was a stiff you blasted.
A what?
Yeah, Wilson died this morning. He never said a word. All right, boys, let's go get Benetti and the rest of his mob.
Come on. Hurts, doesn't it?
Step on it, Maxie. We gotta warn the boss.
What about us? Them sirens ain't no air raid alarm.
So, for the best interest of the syndicate, we've decided to send you on a long vacation.
Nice little trip to the country, eh? All right, what is it?
We ran into a trap, boss. The coppers grabbed Lefty.
And now they're coming after us. Don't you hear them sirens?
Come on, let's get out of here.
Lock that door.
I'm not going to, don't worry. you give me a couple more minutes, I'll show you how to make a rat sing.
We have ways of doing that.
Mr. and Mrs. Casey Dorian to see you.
Ask them to come in, please.
Thank you.
Well, hello, soldier.
Hello, Pearl. Hiya, General.
You think he isn't? I want you to meet Mr. Douglas, MacArthur, Dorgan.
No, really?
Well.
Oh, wonderful.
Come on now, wake up, you little son of a gun, and smile for your uncle.
Such language in front of an innocent baby. Come to your Aunt Edie, precious.
Be careful, Edie.
Oh.
They say holding babies is catching.
Here, honey, you take him. Go on, put out your arms. It's all right. Take him. No, this one. That's right. Anyway, you've got to get used to it.
On the level?